Alright, welcome back to another Desmos video. No, this is not gonna be a math thing. I was sent something a few days ago. This is over on r/PhoenixSC, Minecraft in Desmos, and it only got 263 upvotes, including me, and I don't really know why. This is one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in my life. Now, I was very skeptical looking at this. There's a YouTube link that I'll attach in the description. Now, I'm going to show you guys what Desmos actually is if you don't really know. This is a graphing calculator online. This is your Cartesian plane, and what I'm going to do is just quickly graph something. So f of x equals sine x, and that is a sine wave with amplitude of 1, and you can see that does work very well. You can also scroll across this, so you can see from period to period that it goes all the way to infinity. So the cool thing here is that I can add as many functions as I want. So let's say I wanted to do something like f of, I think I can do x again, x plus 4, x minus 4, like this. And now I have a parabola with x-intercepts at -4 and +4. So this is the basic functionality of Desmos. Now, I've spent a little bit of time on a separate page. So this is a cube visualized on a 2D plane. And now I'm going to take this simple concept and I'm going to show you something that KNKevin created, and you can try this out yourself. If this is truly how he did this, then it makes this all the more unbelievable. There's a pause function here, by the way, guys. So you can go back to game, you can change the FOV, brightness, turn on day-night cycle, turn it off, flight. There's controls here, you can turn those off, so you can, don't think that does that much. This is the trickery that I'm going to disable at the very end, so you can see exactly what's going on, and maybe it helps you understand a little bit more clearly what's happening. I can also save and quit the title because this has multiple worlds that you can play. Now I'm going to go back to game here first. So I have a basic sky block, and if I show you my inventory, I can see that I've got multiple different colors. They're not meant to be different blocks, but it does allow you to build with different colors. In fact, over here on the block models, you can see what they're called. So bricks, oak planks, sand, red, dark red, gold. So they don't really have block names, but rather block palette colors. So over here, you can move the joystick and move your camera. So obviously the farther you go out, the more wild it is. So you can recenter it. It's a little bit finicky, so I'm going to show you guys how you can make this a little less rapid. So you can also move this way, back and forth, left and right. You can toggle sprint, untoggle. That makes a lot more sense later when you don't have creative mode on. Now what I would do here is actually change the amplitude of all this. So because it's a little crazy, and oh, it's getting dark. Let me turn that off for now. I probably should have done that at the beginning. So here you can see the yaw change can be manipulated. So instead of a 0.15 amplitude, you can change this to like 0.015. And immediately what that does is it slows down your camera movement. I can do the same thing with pitch. It can be any number you want. I'm just reducing by a factor of 10. So once that's applied, you can see my up and down movement is also slowed down, which is very handy because it's kind of fast. So I think maybe if I do this, okay, yeah, that slows it down completely. All right, so let's make that a little bit faster. All right, so let's play Minecraft. Let's go onto the grass blocks. I'm gonna get out of creative mode actually. I can disable flight, so I'm gonna be in survival mode. Back to game, and immediately there's gravity. It does detect that you're on a block, so it prevents your vertical movement. All right, so I'm gonna move my camera to face the block, and then we'll move forward. Hopefully I don't fall off the world, because you can fall off the world. We can punch like this, and I'm breaking the oak logs. Now I might end up editing some sounds in post because this is entirely quiet. So break that one, and if I wanted to place some blocks, I already have some blocks on my hotbar, and I think if I selected something, it just changes that to whatever I'm holding. If you're holding nothing, it means that you can break blocks. There's no right click, left click functionality. Let's place those oak logs back. So we can do this. I think I just placed a block inside me. Place that there, and I have revitalized the tree. Ta-da! I do want to kind of show you everything. I don't know if I can, oh, I have fallen off. Oh yeah, you can see the world slowly disappearing out of view. Now, because I think I know how this is done, I don't believe there is a floor limit. So this thing is just gonna disappear out into the sky. All right, so the cool thing now is I can save and quit to title, and I can show you that if I open another world, there's an entirely different set of blocks stored in other worlds. So now I've spawned in a restored ruined portal structure. I guess it's very difficult to bridge. So this is a nether portal with some makeshift lava blocks. Obsidian, there's that. I can try to bridge backwards. I'm bridging in creative mode. Wait till someone tries to beat the Ender Dragon. Let's do this. Okay, I'm definitely sprinting now. Let's jump into the nether portal. But as you can see, it's just a solid block. Obviously, there's no nether portal block here. They're all solid blocks. It's all collision detection. So sneaking lowers my camera position. I can disable that. Now jumping and sneaking while you have flight, so when you create a mode, just allows you to go up and down. So That's very handy. If you have both of them toggled, obviously you won't be moving. There's the FOV slider. So that's all being calculated very, very nicely. It's all block projection based on how much of a camera view you have. Let's go into the last world. I don't know what this one is. Might be oh, it's just a village. I thought he may have built an end portal, so it's like overworld near the end. I don't think there's anything inside this house. Nope. Turn all the way around. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a sun. It's just ticking over, so you can change this slider to adjust the daytime. This calculates the angle of the sun. I believe it's just overlapping squares and rectangles to render the sky. All right, let's make it daytime again. It's like Truman Show. I think I can change the sun size. Yeah, there you go. Gigantic sun. All right, so with that all in mind, I'm gonna do the big reveal if I can sort of get out of here. Guess the moon is humongous as well. I'm gonna turn off the sky. Like this. And immediately you can already see what's happening, which doesn't make this any less impressive. In fact, even makes it more impressive knowing the inner workings of this. All of these blocks, all of these polygons are being rendered as lines on a graph. Very similar to something like this, but a million times more complex. This is a 3D image being projected on 2 axes with scaling and transformations to make it look legit. This is the exact same thing, but if you move the camera up and down, left, and right, it's just transforming these blocks, these lines, on a matrix with all these calculations in the background. These blocks are stored in world data over here, so block coordinates and block ID. So if I delete one of the blocks, you can see one of the elements gets removed from the array. So I can keep on doing this as the world simplifies. There's obviously no concept of block reach here, so you can ignore that. 1 block left. So then I can move towards it, and then the block just gets a lot bigger. I can move my camera, so now it's centered around the origin of the graph. And now you can see it makes a lot more sense. Without the sky, without all of the smoke and mirrors, this is just an image being projected on the screen, transforming depending on where you're looking. You can do a lot of stuff with this. So there's an inventory here with 35 blocks. You can change the array size from 35 to 36, and all of a sudden you have an additional block added. You can change this to 50 or 64, 128. Each block is given a color palette, so let me get out of this. This is your RGB value, so oak leaves, you can change it to cherry, which is 150, 50, 150, and now you have pink leaves. At any point, you can create your very own texture and just apply it to the block model if you so choose to. As long as you understand the way that all of this operates, it's really quite enjoyable to integrate your own ideas into. All thanks to Kevin for this incredible creation. And that's it. I'm making this a lot simpler than it might seem, but this is insane. I don't know what prompted Kevin to make something like this. If you're not going to try it out, at the very least, please check out his video in the description of this one. I know exactly how much time, sweat and tears this guy poured into this project, and to see it only have 35,000 views on YouTube sucks. So please give it some attention, play it, share it with your friends, and maybe this will get some updates and bug fixes, because there are quite a few bugs, but it does not detract from the experience. So I guess the next time that you're stuck in a math class and you're bored, go onto Desmos and like make this. Then you can play Minecraft without getting in trouble. You'll even be commended for it.